Hey everyone, Shebim here and welcome back to Football Manager 20 and the Gibraltar Challenge. Now I know what you're thinking, episode 2, yeah finally, nope, episode 1 again. I went a bit further into the game and I realised that the only National Cup, the Rock Cup, was not working correctly, so I've had to restart this database. Thankfully we were only one episode in. But I've also changed a couple of extra bits as well. So if you didn't see the last video, essentially we're doing the Gibraltar Challenge where you take a club from Gibraltar and you try and win the Champions League while also trying to get the national job and winning the World Cup as well. Changes to the database, I've got a mod that puts every nation's youth rating up to 160. If you don't know what that means, essentially every nation in the world has a youth rating and that is out of 200. And essentially the higher the rating, the better chance there are of developing young players from there. Now, the game is set up standardly with a lot of the bigger nations like England, France, Spain, Germany, all those have got a really high youth rating, and places like ourselves, Gibraltar, have quite a low youth rating, so it's almost impossible to bring through great young players. However, with this mod, it should make it a lot more balanced. I've also added an under-18s and reserves league into Gibraltar. But also, the one difference I've done from last time as well is I've decided that I want to try and help Gibraltar as much as I can. And by doing that, I want to encourage other teams in the nation to bring through young players and to bring through Gibraltarian players as well. So I've added 2 more cups. We've got the Bright Stars Trophy, this one right here. Essentially, in this competition, everybody in your team has to be under the age of 23. And then we have the Gibraltar Cup as well, where everybody in your squad has to have Gibraltarian nationality. So that is what we've done so far. Today's video, we'll be going through our squad once again because it has changed somewhat, because it seems like a lot of these players have random stats when they start up. So we've got some very different good and players that are not as good from last time. And we'll also play our first game, which is going to be our Bright Stars. No, it's not. It's going to be the Rock Cup game against Lynx, first round. So first of all, let's get into our squad. Now, I brought in a few players. I think I brought in 4 players, I think. And we've also utilising a few of our youngsters as well. So first of all, we have goalkeepers in the shape of Barrett Meeks, who is pretty damn good. He's got some fantastic stats. I think slightly better than our last run through. So definitely get some good use out of him. But he's going to have some competition this time from this youngster, Jerome Pitaloga, who is a Gibraltarian goalkeeper. I'm going to put him into the reserves for now so he can play reserve football, because I think he'll be our second choice, but definitely a good option. We got one of the players I brought in, James Yates, young English right back. Could be quite useful. He's got a decent value to him and decent stats. Nothing outstanding, but nothing too weak, so hopefully he's going to be a strong option for us at right back. Next up then, we've got one of our youngsters, 16-year-old Dan Osborne. Looks like he's going to have a pretty good future as well. Again, I don't think he's going to be first choice, so I am going to drop him into the reserves for now, but we will obviously give him some opportunities as the season moves on. We've also got at left and centre Mark Pope, another 16-year-old Gibraltarian. Again, good stats. Tackling at 9, marking 11, heading at 7. That's what you sort of want, those 3 stats for a good centre-back. So hopefully, as he progresses on, he's going to develop nicely. Next up, then, we've got one of the other players that I signed up this season, Charles Zomeno. I was very surprised I managed to get a hold of this guy. I clicked on him and he was available, and I'm stunned because that holy trinity of defending, heading, marking, tackling is absolutely fantastic. And this guy is going to be an absolute solid centre-back for us this season. Next up then, we have got our left back, Lucas Alonso. Looks absolutely fantastic as well. Could be a very useful player. Again, he's not got a massive amount of incredible stats, but he's very strong for this level, especially with that 12 tackling, good crossing and dribbling as well. I think he's going to be very dangerous running up and down that left-hand side. Next up then, we've got the first ever Japanese footballer to grace the Gibraltarian League. Of course, it is Saka. We're going to get some good football out of this guy, of course, alongside the English right back as well. We've got Jack Royston. We managed to keep a hold of him this time. He's not quite generated in as well as he did in the previous playthrough, but he's still a pretty strong player. We're getting lots of offers for him, but they're all at 0 value, so I'm not going to sell him for 0. I'd rather keep him and get some good use out of him this season. Next up then, we have got... Where are we? There we are. Diego Vera, the Spanish 36-year-old central midfielder, playing his first season here at Europa Point. A very strong, experienced midfielder who's been playing in Gibraltar for a very long time now, and hopefully we're going to get some good performances out of this guy, but just that experience edge to help the players around him as well is going to be fantastic. Next up, Kaylan Muscat, another experienced player, 29 years of age. Should be pretty decent. Again, he's not outstanding, but he's good for this level. He's got these stats really where you want them for a central midfielder as well. Next up, then we've got Aaron Splane, who is fantastic. Every time I've used him so far in the previous... well, I did one tester playthrough, and then we did the last episode as well. He's been fantastic at all of them, and a real player that I'm looking forward to getting some more out of. Of course, in 2 years' time, he'll become Gibraltarian as well, so he can play for the national side, so that'd be pretty cool as well. Next up then we've got Christian Gonzalez, the right mid and attacking right mid. Stats are very good, especially where you want them. Crossing, dribbling, first touch technique, decent acceleration, agility and pace as well. Very happy with him. I think he's going to be an absolute assist machine down that right hand side. Next up we've got another one of our youngsters in Nick Campbell-Lean. Looks actually like a fantastic option. Really good mental attributes already. And his technical and physical attributes are pretty decent as well. I think this guy is going to be an absolute star for us this season. Real breakthrougher. Next, the Bulgarian Stefan Balev. He looks pretty decent as well. Good stats. Can play right and left midfield and also a backup as a striker, which is fantastic. It'll definitely be a very good option to have on the bench if he doesn't make the starting lineup because of that versatility. Next up, then we've got another player that I brought in, Jesus Cabanas, one that we did get in our previous episode as well. Looks fantastic. We know when we used him last time, he got sent off a couple of times. Hopefully in this playthrough, he could be a little bit less aggressive. Next up, then we've got another one of our youngsters in James Symes. Right midfielder, again, pretty good stats where you'd want them. I think definitely we've got a generation of very, very good players here for the Gibraltarian national side. Next up, we've got, Julian Joachim. I'm surprised that he was still playing, to be honest with you, and even more surprised that a club that I really do like, Europa Point, managed to get a hold of him. We've got him down as a player coach. He's not quite the same level as some of the players around him, but that experience edge is fantastic, and I would like to give him the odd game or two this season as well. Next up then, we have got Jeremy Lopez. The Gibraltarian right, left, attacking and striker, can go anywhere you want him to be. It's his first season here at Europa Point, and I think he's going to be a very valuable player for us. Next up, we've also got Byron Espinosa. Got good potential, not quite as strong as some of the other players in the squad at the moment, but again, because of the players that he can play, the places he can play, a very versatile player that will definitely get a lot of football this season, maybe from the bench or maybe from the starting lineup. Next up then we've got Tito de Torres, who has spawned in very, very well this time. Some great stats, though. The striking stats, dribbling, finishing, first touch, passing, decisions are fantastic as well. Anticipation isn't great, so he's not really going to be up for the through balls and so forth, but I still think he's going to be a great asset for us this season. Next up we've got the Spaniard Jonathan Sanchez, making his first appearances at Europa Point this season as well. Not the best player in the world, but it definitely has some good stats, and again, where you'd want them for a striker. The finishing, the heading is good, acceleration's good, off the ball's good, so we should see some goals from this guy this season. We also have Iljas Ahmedov. Kazakhstan striker making his way here to Gibraltar. Again, I think he's going to be more of a backup. I don't think he's going to be a first choice this season, but does have some decent stats. And we finish things off with another couple of youngsters. First of all, Dominic Gardner, the 16-year-old striker. Again, has pretty damn good stats already, and I think he's just going to get better and better for a 16-year-old. He is fantastic. And then finally, the one that I think is actually going to be one of our top players this season, Yunus Arab, who is Gibraltarian / what other nationality did he have as well? Moroccan. Gibraltarian and Moroccan. So that's interesting. He could be a very good asset for us. We hope he takes Gibraltarian nationality straight away, because he has pretty damn good potential by the looks of it. He's good already, and Morocco might be sniffing around to try and call him up to them. But either way, that is our squad for this season so far. We are going to go straight into the Rock Cup first round. As you can see, Lynx are the favourites, but let me set the team up and I'll come back to you and show you exactly who's in there. And here we go, this is the team. Then I'm going to briefly go through the players again just to get you all up to date. It looks like it's a full 11 debuts today. So, of course, Barrett Meeks in goal. Left back, we have Lucas Alonso. The two centre-backs then are Pope, the young 16-year-old, who is going to be playing alongside Zomenyo, who looks fantastic as well. Right back, of course, I've got the Japanese Saka. Then the two centre mids of Aaron Splain, who is great at free kicks. Also alongside him, Diego Vera, the 36-year-old Spaniard. The three attacking mids are going to be Cabanas up the left. We're going to see Lopez up the right. We are going to have a little bit of the 16-year-old Nick Campbell lean through the centre. And then our striker is going to be Yunus Arab, who I'm liking the look of. I think he's going to be a fantastic player for us. That's what I meant to say. That didn't come out very well. We're not expected to win this one. They are the favourites, however, not by much. Let me just make sure we got this correct. We want key highlights only, and we want slightly faster. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Right, we're underway in the first round of the Rock Cup. Now, one thing I also did do is I put a little bit, not a lot, just a minuscule amount of prize money into these competitions as well, just to make things a bit more interesting and to try and hopefully help a lot of these Gibraltarian clubs. I'm not talking much, I'm literally talking £1,000 or £2,000 per round for a win. So it's a lot for clubs, well not a lot, it's a decent amount for clubs at this level. It helps them sort of stay afloat and also helps them grow. But it's not going to be too much that it's going to completely change the escape of the game at this point in time. It's going to take us a good few seasons to get where we want to get to. Lean, Vera, oh! He's hit the bar, he hit the post, and it spun all the way out to a goal kick. That's crazy. But it's a great start. It might take a while for these players to click because, of course, they are all brand new. We've got 11 debuts, like I said, which means the players are going to take a little bit of time to get used to playing alongside each other. However, they all do speak the same language, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's a mixture of Spanish and English, isn't it, in this squad? Go on, Splain, get that ball. No, Gonzalez has got it. Oh, Valdivia's in, and he gets the goal. It's been a strong start by us as well, but we've just let ourselves down, and we've conceded a goal. Alberto Valdivia getting it. Oh, I'm disappointed with that, I must admit. I am disappointed in that. Meag's got a hand on it, which is the worst thing. He got a touch and just couldn't quite palm it out for a corner. We've dominated the game, though. We've had 3 shots. They've had 1. We've had 60% possession. And yet they are in the lead, which is annoying. Come on, guys. Come on. We can do it. We can do this. Do we have anyone on the bench that would change the game? Potentially. Not massively. Oh. I mean, I trust the players we have on the pitch. They're very good players. Very, very good players. And they're only going to get better and better. Obviously, our first target is to... well, our first main target is to become professional. That's what we want to do. And we need to be doing better. I expect much better from you, yeah. We obviously, our first main aim is to become professional. Well, no, our first main aim is to qualify for the Europa League, I suppose. That's going to really help us out. And then obviously we want to become, well, obviously win the league, then become professional, and then with that money we can, and the fact that we're training every day, we can really start to improve the team a lot. As Alonso bring the ball forward, Campbell lean, Splain, Lopez, Vera again. He's hit the post again. Wow, Vera, getting no luck today, are you, my man? How we do it? I mean, I don't really want to change too much, to be honest, but I think I might have to. Campbell lean, what else can you do? Centre mid and mid. The Torres is going to be a good option to bring on as another striker. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I shouldn't do that. I'm going to take off... Vera's the better player. I'm going to take off... No, I don't know who to take off. Who to take off? Lopez can play both sides. I mean, Cabanas we know is a really good player. Splain has just got a really good sort of kick on him. A really good free kick. I'm going to take off Vera. I mean, he's the one playing the best out of the lot today, but... Okay. Let's bring you back to here. Play you as a Mazzelli, whatever that is. Right, let's get the extra strike on the pitch, see if that does any difference. We need to get a goal. We don't want to get knocked out of the Rock Cup in the first round, do we? Big ball forward. Gonzalez, alright, good. Clearance, Zamelo. Now the counter-attack is on. Lopez. Ball over the top, finding De Torres. It could be a super sub. Oh, keeper makes the save, but we're having so many opportunities. We're just struggling to put the ball into the back of the net here tonight. That is the issue. We need to be doing better than this. Oh, not in again. Oh, wow. I thought Valdivia was going to make it 2-0 then. Really punish us. Right. Goal kick. Come on. I mean, one goal at least would take this to extra time. Arab. Oh, he's played it to their player. And now they're on the counter-attack. Valdivia has just been so much trouble for our defence in this game. And he's scored a second. Alberto Valdivia. He's been outstanding this game. And when he gets in front of goal, he scores. That's been the difference tonight. We've had some opportunities. Oh, we're unlucky there. A deflection off our midfielder. Played the ball into him. But still, we should be doing better than this. We really should. I am disappointed in this result. Very disappointed. Right. Okay. I mean, it's not a result yet. There's still time to come back. But I just don't think it's going to happen, is it really? Let's bring on Sanchez in place of Arab. Let's bring on Balev in place of Cabanas. I mean, I can't see they're going to make a lot. I mean, we were dominating the game. We're not anymore, are we? They've had 10 shots and 5 on target. We've had 5 shots, 1 on target. I mean, we have got a corner. It's Splain's ball in. De Torres! Okay. Okay, maybe not over yet. Maybe it's not over yet. Very strong header, that is. Incredibly strong header. Well done, Tito De Torres. Tito De Torres. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, we're going to have to just go very attacking for the last 3 minutes. Get that equaliser. Oh, not... how is he doing this? Valdivia is... What is this guy? What is this guy? How... He's just always there. This was just a wacky kick and he's just the first man. And he just breaks through and he just scores. Wow, he's... Oh, we're out of the Rock Cup in the first round. I was hoping for better than this. I really was. I am very, very disappointed. Very disappointed in this. So it's going to take a while for our team to get used to each other, but still... I thought we had a better team than this, to be honest, but looks like it's going to be a bit more work. I'm not happy with the performance. Let's motivate you, ready for our next game. And our next game is going to be in our next video. Next video will come back tomorrow. We'll do 3 matches. We'll do the first round of the Bright Stars Trophy, so all your players have to be under the age of 23. We'll do the first round of the Gibraltar Cup, where all of your players have to have Gibraltarian nationality. And we'll also have our first game of the season, where we'll face off against Magpie. So if you have enjoyed this first video, please let me know by hitting that like button. It does really help out, and of course, it makes the series start off with a bang and help other people find it as well. And of course, if you are one of those new people who just found us, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Sheppy Gamer, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for more of the Gibraltar Challenge.